We certainly live in interesting times. A lot of you have noted that Perashat Kitisa, which we read yesterday, seemed to have certain allusions to the coronavirus, more precisely the COVID-19 virus, that is now sadly afflicting not only the world community, but our Jewish community here in Brooklyn. And the allusions are several, and you've noted them from Umoshe lo yada ki karan or panav. Some of you have said that's an allusion, karan, an allusion to corona. Vaitin al panav masveh, face mask. Others have noted that the parasha starts with Yirhasu yadehem v'raglehem v'lo yamutu. All allusions that I've noted. And yet, I think the most significant facet of the virus is alluded to in the parasha, and is not just alluded to in the parasha, but is actually explicit in the parasha. Because, the allusions, ki karan or panav, that's not the peshat. The peshat of karan or panav is not chas v'shalom that Moshe Rabbeinu had corona. Obviously, we all know that. Right? It's an illusion. It's a remez, I guess you would say, that goes against the peshat. The peshat is Moshe Rabbeinu had a shining, a radiance, a glow from his face because he was in the presence of the Shekhinah. The Kohanim Yirhasu Yedehem V'Raglehem V'Lo Yamutu. They have to wash the hands and the feet. Right? Again, it's not the peshat, of course. I think everybody understands that these are all just remazim. But there's something in the parasha that's peshat. And I haven't seen it spoken about. So I said I have to bring this to everyone's attention. I'm talking about what just happened in the community. What happened in the community is unprecedented. And that is the closing down of the Bate Knesset. That's never happened. I've never heard of that happening. I don't think it's happened in any of the wars. I know when 9/11 took place, that didn't happen. During the Vietnam War, during the Korean War, nothing like that has happened before in the Jewish community, where synagogues have closed down en masse, where the yeshivot have closed down en masse, where the classes, Torah classes, have closed down. That's unprecedented. That's remarkable. And I would say that that's even more significant in some ways than Bar Minan, the harmful effects of the virus. The harmful effects of the virus, Hashem should protect us and all of Am Yisrael. Amen, Ken Yirason, of course. But the shutting down of the synagogues, no tefillah b'minyan, no Talmud Torah, barabim, no saying Kaddish. People who have loved ones who are used to saying Kaddish, Azkarot, Bar Minan, all stop. We have to think about that. What's that about? And here's what I think is remarkable. This week's parasha speaks about that. And it's the peshat. I'm not twisting the pesukim. I'm not saying remez. I'm not saying shavim panim la Torah. I'm giving you the actual peshat of the pasuk. Moshe Rabbeinu comes down from Har Sinai. He's very upset at how the Jewish people allowed the Egel HaZahav to be done, the sin of the golden calf. How could they have let that happen? And what does Moshe Rabbeinu do? He takes Ohel Moed. Until now, Ohel Moed was in the middle of the Machaneh, was in the middle of the Jewish people. Anybody who wanted to come to Ohel Moed to pray to study Torah was welcome. Moshe Rabbeinu takes Ohel Moed, he closes it. It's shut down. What he does is he removes it from outside the Jewish people. He puts it outside the Machaneh. He closed down the synagogues. He closed down the Torah classes. He closed down people's ability to experience the Shekhinah. All shut down. That's explicit. That's right in the Perashah. And it's in the Perashah that we read on the very Shabbat that for the first time, to my knowledge, the first time in history, that the Syrian community in America, the Ashkenaz community in America, all the various Batei Knesset, from Haredim to less Haredim to Hasidim, almost all the synagogues have shut down, with a few exceptions. That happened on Perashat Ki Tisa. I think that's not a coincidence. I think that's filled with meaning. And I'll tell you, Lo Nabi velo ben Nabi Anochi. I am neither a prophet nor the son of a prophet. I am expressing my personal opinion. And you can feel free to share my opinion and to agree with me. And you can feel free to feel otherwise. I will tell you what my opinion is. In the days of the Beit Rishon, the Jewish people, in the days of the first temple, the Jewish people, there was Avodah Zarah, idolatry. There was Gilui Arayot, Bar Minan, adultery. There was Shefichut Damim, there was murder. Meaning the people were thoroughly lacking observance of the Torah in the worst way. HaKadosh Baruch Hu destroyed the Beit HaMikdash. He shut down the synagogue, so to speak. 70 years later, it was back up. 70 years later, Beit Sheni comes up. Here's what happens. Beit Sheni stays around 420 years, and then Beit Sheni is destroyed. And here's the thing. Beit Rishon, the first Beit HaMikdash, was destroyed 70 years later. It's back up. Second Beit HaMikdash is destroyed. Close to 2,000 years now. Still not up. Still closed. What happened? Beit Sheni was destroyed not because of lack of observance. Actually, it was destroyed because of sinat hinam, because there was unnecessary hatred among Jews, among and between Jews. And this happened at the level of the political leadership. There was tremendous fighting, and people were attacking each other as if although they were the enemy. Remember that. They were attacking each other as if they were the enemy. We had a lot of enemies, by the way, right? We didn't lack enemies, but we chose to view each other as the enemy. Sinat chinam. Here's the thing. Among the Chachamim of the Mishnah, the Chachamim of the Gemara, the genuine Chachamim, there was machlokot. There was always disagreements. But they didn't have sinat hinam. They were real Chachamim. Let me give you an example. I'm going to give you a shocking example. Here, you want to hear this? Rabbi Eliezer ben Horkanus. There's a Berit Milah on Shabbat. A guy is in the town of Rabbi Eliezer ben Horkanus. It's Shabbat. You're walking in this town. You see a guy chopping wood on Shabbat. Haram. Say, what are you doing? Why are you chopping wood on Shabbat? Say, leave me alone. My rabbi is Rabbi Eliezer ben Horkanus. But you're chopping wood on Shabbat. Says, leave me alone. I'm busy. Okay. Later on, you see the guy is lighting a fire. He's using the wood to light a fire. He said, what are you doing? It's haram. Lo teba'aru esh bechol moshevotechem b'yom HaShabbat. Why are you lighting a fire? He says, leave me alone. My rabbi is Rabbi Eliezer ben Horkanus. He said, I can do this. Rabbi Eliezer ben Horkanus is one of the greatest Hachamim ever. One of the greatest Tanaim ever. Later on, he's taking the fire. He's using it to make metal, to boil metal, to shape the iron, to shape the metal. He makes a knife. one thing to another. Finally, it comes out he has to do a berit milah. There's a clear halacha. The halacha is that the berit milah, the actual berit, the misvah of the berit is doha et Shabbat, meaning you do berit milah on Shabbat. The actual berit, which is a surgical procedure which normally you would not do on Shabbat because it's Hilul Shabbat, you do berit milah on Shabbat. But machshire milah, anything you need to do to prepare for the milah, is not dohim et Shabbat. So if you need to carry the knife from Reshut Harabim into the Bet Knesset, it's not dohim et Shabbat. You don't do that. If you need to make a knife, of course it's not dohim et Shabbat. If you need to chop wood, to make fire, to shape metal, to make a knife, to make berit milah, of course it's not dohim et Shabbat. And yet, Rabbi Eliezer ben Orkanus was of the opinion that all these things are dohim et Shabbat. Now, this opinion is completely rejected. Nobody would follow Rabbi Eliezer ben Orkanus. Nobody would make a fire on Shabbat because he has a berit milah. They would do the berit milah the next day. Let me ask a question. Rabbi Eliezer ben Orkanus was Gadol Hador. Did anybody dare disrespect Rabbi Eliezer ben Orkanus because he had such a opinion that is really, really difficult to understand? Did anybody say a bad word to him? Did anybody say Rabbi Eliezer ben Orkanus, because of this opinion, we're against him, we oppose him, he's not a rabbi, he's not a chacham, we should deprecate him? Never happened. Chas v'shalom, of course not. Rabbi Eliezer ben Orkanus had some issues. The issues were related to a completely other matter. That's in Masechet Baba Mesi'ah Daf Nun Tet, the question of Tanuro Shel Achnai. But there the question was because Rabbi Eliezer ben Orkanus was not willing to accept the principle of Aharei Rabim Lehatot. It's not because of his opinions. No, not at all. His opinions were fine, and they would debate them in the yeshiva, and they disagreed. They disagreed with his opinions. The reason that Rabbi Eliezer ben Orkanus had an issue was because he wasn't himself willing to accept the principle of Aharei Rabim Lehatot. Let's go to another case. Rabbi Yosef HaGalili in the Galil. In the Galil, imagine now, let's take another case. You're walking into a restaurant that has big hechsher on it. Who gives the hechsher? The great Tana, Rabbi Yosef HaGalili. You walk into the restaurant, you're looking at the menu, it says chicken salad with cheese. What? Chicken salad with cheese? Who gave this hechsher? Says Rabbi Yosef HaGalili, this is insane. Would anybody in their right mind have chicken with cheese? Of course not. The halakha is not like Rabbi Yosef HaGalili. Did anybody put him down and deprecate him and attempt to delegitimize him because he allowed people to have chicken with milk? No. Rather, they disagreed. And although his opinion appears to be radical, and it is, because nobody makes Pesach like Rabbi Yosef HaGalili, and yet he was treated with full respect and love. Because the Pasuk says, Derachei hadarchei noam, bechol netibotei shalom. The ways of the Torah are ways of beauty and peace. And in Torah, we reach the truth not by deprecating, not by delegitimizing, not by chas v'shalom insulting, not by hurting people's feelings, rather by having a discussion, a peaceful, intelligent discussion, and the truth always comes out. That's why we have Aharei Rabim Lehatot. The truth is always like the Rabim says it is. And that's why these opinions were rejected. Not the Hachamim who gave the opinions. The Hachamim who gave the opinions were outstanding, top-rate Hachamim, Tanaim, Anashim, Kedoshim. Nobody, Chas v'shalom, would say a word against any of these Hachamim, Sadiqim, or Hachamim. But we reject their opinions, right? That's what's missing. In my humble opinion, that's what's missing. What I notice is that today, and our community has grown, and there's different opinions. Frankly, I personally don't agree with every opinion I hear expressed. I don't. There's many piskei halacha that I disagree with. And there's some of them I think are too mekilim. And there's other piskei halacha that I think are not correct. Le'aniyut dati. And based upon my teachers, and based upon the she'elot u'tshuvot that I read. So I will disagree. And we should disagree with opinions that we feel are incorrect, humbly, of course. But to attack a person that I disagree with, why would I do that? How would me attacking a person in any way bring beauty to the world? How would me or us attacking people we disagree with bring peace to the world? It won't. It will bring hatred and dissension to the world. And the Mishnah says, the Beraita says, Talmidei Hachamim marbim shalom ba'olam. The job of the Hachamim is to increase harmony and peace in the world, not to create dissension. And how do we do that? We do that by having discussions about halakha, by agreeing or disagreeing with opinions, with information, not by attacking other people. And let's go back to Bayit Sheni. Why is it that Hashem closed shop for so long? Ba'avonotenu harabim, after close to 2,000 years, the Bet HaMikdash is still not around. I believe that we still haven't overcome this attitude. I spoke about our community, and I don't want to bring specific examples because I really don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But I've heard many cases, somebody calls me up, has a journal, Rabbi, they told me not to allow this person to write that article. I said, show me the article. Article 100% beautiful, beautiful article, quotes Hachamim, Talmidei Hachamim, but we don't like the person. That's sinat chinam. That's hatred. That's why the Bet HaMikdash is still destroyed. And I believe this is why the Batei Knesset have been closed down. Not because we're not religious. I think the community, Baruch Hashem, has beautiful Batei Knesset, has beautiful tefillot, beautiful hazanim, beautiful Korim Batorah, beautiful Shiurei Torah. Really, lehalel ultiferet. We can only say good things about the community. I think the problem is not that. The problem is the political dissension and the unnecessary speaking badly about others, putting down others we disagree with, rather than disagreeing with an opinion, rather than attacking an opinion and showing what our opinion is the right one, we attack people. That is a mistake. I want to just take it one more level outside the community, because you say, because of our community, so now the Bet HaMikdash is not going to be rebuilt. Let me show you how this happens at the national level. 3 elections. What are the 3 elections about in Israel? They can't get a government formed. Why? Because you cannot get a majority of Jews to sit down together and say, guys, let's do this for Am Yisrael. Let's get together. Let's form a government to help the Jewish people. What can we do to improve the economy? What can we do to improve the healthcare? What can we do to improve the education? What can we do to make society a more beautiful place? Can't do it. Why? Because we disagree about opinions? No, because unfortunately, in politics, there's a lot of hatred. I don't like him. Anybody but him. Only not him. Right? Right? On all sides. On all sides. And what is this leading to? I've actually heard, and I hope this doesn't come true, please. I really hope this doesn't come true. But I've actually heard that one of the political parties now in Israel, the Jewish main party, is sitting down with the Arabs to try to make a government. I hope and pray that doesn't happen. But think about what that means. To get together with the Arabs, oh yeah, we can do that. Sure. Let's try to figure that one out. They want to destroy the state of Israel. They want to bring Palestinian refugees into Israel, just destroying the Jewish identity of the state. We can live with that. But to sit down with those other Jews, no, that's just too much. We can't do it. That's le'aniyut dati, humbly, an issue that unfortunately is why we had this terrible, terrible situation where synagogues in Eretz Yisrael are closed, where yeshivot in Eretz Yisrael are closed, in Brooklyn, in Bergen County, in different places in the world, all over the world, synagogues, yeshivot, batei midrash, closed. How did we get to this? I believe that Hashem is giving us a message that as Jews, of course we should study Torah. Of course we should come to Knesset and pray. And what a beautiful tefillot we have in the community. What beautiful Kriyat Torah we have. What beautiful Shirot Torah we have. And in Eretz Yisrael. But Hashem is saying, guys, the Beit HaMikdash is destroyed. It's destroyed because of Sinat Chinam. How about you get over that? How about you stop attacking each other? How about you realize, Ab Echad Lechulanu. We all have a single father, Abraham Avinu. We're all brothers, right? If somebody expresses an opinion in the Torah that I disagree with, I would absolutely try to show why that opinion is unacceptable. But I will never attack that person because that person is the son of Avraham Avinu. He's my brother. That's what I think we need to do. Inshallah, this last Shabbat, the synagogues were closed. Inshallah, this coming Shabbat, all the Batei Knesset and the community should reopen, all the yeshivot should reopen, and we should have ahava ve'ahva ve'ha'emet ve'ha'shalom. Ehavu, amen. Ken yehi ratzon.